Ukraine has been one of the few wrestlers who has figured out the Greece sensation in Georgios Kougiumcidis. The comeback kid, as they called him after yesterday. Let's meet the gold medal combatants.
These two guys, really some of the best offensive wrestlers in the world at the moment. Mihайлov with one of the best high crotches.
His opponent in the blue, representing Greece, Georgios
One of the more exciting young wrestlers in the sport hails from Greece, Georgios Kougiumcidis. He was down 10-2 to Avaganian of Armenia in the semis before a furious second period rally that had the entire wrestling world talking late last night. Won the match 12-10. The defending European champion trying to figure out his counterpart from Ukraine, Vasiil Mihайлov, the two battling for gold tonight at 79. Ukraine and Mihайлov in the red, Greece with the blue, and Kougiumcidis.
Very interested to see how Mihайлov works this one out with his high crotch shot. He's beaten him twice before.
Those two wins last year, quarterfinals of the World Championships, and then in a regular season match, both of those scores lopsided for Mihайлov.
Yep.
Mihайлov, a world bronze medalist last year for Ukraine. He's in his fourth European Championship. Tokyo Olympian.
Kougiumcidis wrestling with so much confidence in this tournament. Doesn't matter if he's behind on the scorecard, he just keeps going, keeps going. He's so tenacious with his attacks and with his movement.
Red, more contact.
He caught the world by surprise last year in the European Championships, becoming the first Greek wrestler to reach the finals in 19 years. Won the title, and what I think is so impressive, now everybody knows about him. They know his style, yet here he is right back in the finals 12 months later.
Right back in the finals. He's been working on his style, but he's also been working on a few new things, because you can't be doing the same stuff as last year. People will read you, people will the coaches will start taking notes on you, and he's been very tenacious. He's been constantly working. You can see it in his matches. He's got condition. He never stops, this kid. He just keeps working.
Mihайлov goes on the activity clock, not quite halfway through this first period. Gold medal match at 79.
Mihайлov just taking his time here, really, like he does in quite a lot of matches. He just needs one opportunity to get that high crotch, and when he's behind on the ground, he's very, very dangerous.
One for Greece with the activity clock running down. Kougiumcidis with a 1-0 lead. A little more than a minute in this first period. Low strike.
Beautiful work there. Been no score.
Action red, action blue.
Stalemate. We go back to the feet.
That was nice from Mihайлov. He just had to get his right shoulder a little bit more under, and he would have brought him over to his back for a 2-point exposure there.
Red, no finger.
Talked about Mihайлov, a Tokyo Olympian. He earned his ticket through the European Olympic Games qualifier. Mihайлov was the runner-up that year to represent Ukraine, eventually making his first Olympic appearance in Tokyo. Now trying to win a European championship.
That's that high crotch we've been talking about there. He needs to stand up with it, lift it up nice and high, and needs to try and get his right hand to that hip. There's only 25 seconds remaining. He just needs to take his time. He needs to bring that knee a little bit higher. There you go. Now he goes to that hip.
Still has some time to work.
Kougiumcidis doing well to defend this. Goes to that hip, there we go. And now you've got the 2 from Mihайлов. Good work. He didn't rush it too much. He just took his time, kept that leg in the air, kept Kougiumcidis on that first leg.
Real good patience that time by Mihайлov. Started with the high C, switched it to that outside single, eventually had to go around the hip to the double to get the 2 in a span of about 20 to 25 seconds. Knew exactly how much time he had to work. Yeah,
there's a lot of people in that situation. They'll jump in and try and reach in and try and rush it too much. And in that moment, Kougiumcidis could have just turned and got his hand in between. Would have been a stalemate again. Sometimes it's better just to be a little bit patient and just take your time. Here was that beautiful spike there with his right hand through. Just needs it. His right shoulder wasn't in, as you can see. It was on the top of Kougiumcidis' shoulder there. If he just got his right arm through a little bit deeper, he would have got the 2.
Well, the question in this second period becomes, what type of magic does Kougiumcidis have? This has been his period throughout his career. He is slowly earning the nickname of a comeback type of character because this guy rallies. He only has a 1-point deficit now compared to 8 last night in the semifinals.
Now, we've seen before, anything can happen in these matches in a very short period of time. He's working very well. He just needs to, you see, he's shooting from distance. When he shoots, he needs to commit just that tiny little bit more.
Both of these athletes, good size at 79 kilos.
Yeah.
You mentioned the shooting from distance, both very comfortable at that with their long arms and their long range assaults.
What Mihайлov does so well with his high crotch, he covers so much ground so quick and gets so deep in. Kougiumcidis does the same, but he just a little bit further away, makes it a little bit harder to finish that shot.
Trying to steer the arm was Kougiumcidis, unable to find any type of opening.
He's staying very active. He keeps attacking. He keeps working in these positions. It's very nice. Mihайлov needs to be careful. He's going to get put on the shot clock if he keeps going like this. Referee's cautioning him right now.
I've watched Mihайлov pull off some nice counter offense the last couple of years. And you know, if Kougiumcidis overextends, you can bet Mihайлov will make him pay.
That's it. He's got to be careful with these long attacks that he's throwing in. If he's going to go, he needs to commit.
No finger.
Activity clock has started. This won't change anything, though, for Kougiumcidis.
That's that high crotch again. He's going to pull it in, take his time. Just needs to relax in this position. He doesn't need to rush. Working towards the zone is probably a better idea. There you go, and he takes the point.
Kougiumcidis did not want to give up the 2, so he'll surrender the 1. Mihайлov wipes out the activity clock as well.
That was great wrestling from Mihайлov. He knew if he could just get that 1 point, it will wipe out.
No finger, okay?
Good job of the referee, nipping that in the bud real quickly with the fingers.
Mihайлov wrestling very intelligent. He knows exactly when to go, and he knows once he's got it, he'll finish it every time.
Tried to hit a low shot that time.
Yeah, not on his preferred side.
Takes a swipe at the ankle. Mihайлov, very wise, knowing that the young Greek star is going to have to open up his playbook, if you will, a little bit more.
That's it. Mihайлov just needs to wait now, take his time a little. When Kougiumcidis comes in for those long attacks, just try and maybe take a headlock, try and cut the corner and catch that ankle on his way through.
Kougiumcidis becoming more frequent with his shots.
Mihайлov needs to just try and slow him down a little, maybe get an underhook or a headlock in this position.
Changing levels, trying to find a crack.
He's working very hard,
backing up.
Yeah, Kougiumcidis, 8 seconds left. He's got to keep going.
Yes, time for one real shot. Comes right at the whistle, driving Mihайлov
now he needs to stay here
edge.
in this headlock position. Needs to keep him pulled down. There you go, just like this.
Vasiil Mihайлov has won gold here in Zagreb. Ukraine victorious in his 4th European Championship. The world bronze medalist last year has now won a continental title.
Very well wrestled. He knew exactly when to shoot, when was the right timing, how much time he had left on the clock. That high crotch, so patterned over the competition these last 2 days.